Now, you mentioned the involvement of the Democrats with Joe Biden. I mean, you had the same thing in the UK. You had full-scale UK support for Israel under the Tories, and then it switched to Labour, and it continued, every bit as much the same. It really doesn't matter when you stay within these establishment parties. They're going to be pro-Israel. But you did have Biden and then Kamala Harris obviously defend full-scale U.S. support for what Israel was doing in Gaza, took no real steps to use any leverage to stop them, made clear that they defended it, they supported it, they had State Department officials every day standing up and justifying it, and they fed it and funded it and fueled it and protected it and armed it and diplomatically protected it for 13 months until they were out of office. And now you have Trump, who did the same, except, as you mentioned, the first thing he did was engineer a ceasefire that lasted a couple of months. And now 9 months, 10 months into office, he also engineered a ceasefire. So looking at Trump in terms of the role that he has played, on the one hand, obviously he, funded and fueled and gave the green light to one of the worst genocides of our lifetime, I think the worst of the 21st century. It's hard to give him any credit when it comes to Gaza because of that. But on the other hand, I have to tell you, I find it almost impossible to imagine Joe Biden or Kamala Harris having caused or forced the Israelis to stop what they were doing in a way that Donald Trump just succeeded in doing. So is there a place on some, I guess, kind of twisted relative way that you give him some credit for bringing about an end to this for however long that end lasts?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful that he created this ceasefire and this hostage exchange, as we talked about at the beginning of the show. I think it's wonderful. But that doesn't absolve him of responsibility for the genocide. As I said, if you had a Nuremberg II set of trials, he would be found guilty. There's no question in my mind. He has fueled the genocide. He's played a key role in keeping the genocide going. Biden got it going by supporting Netanyahu from the beginning. And I find it hard that Biden would have done with Netanyahu what Trump has done. And I'm glad Trump did it, but that doesn't absolve him.